Hey team, welcome back. So as I promised in the previous lecture, I am going to give you a quick walkthrough of the tool that we're going to be building. Now, this is an earlier version of the tool that we are going to produce towards the end of this video course. I actually even gave it a different name because we're going to be naming ours Personal Project Management Tool, but I gave this one the name of Personal Management Tool, and I've been pretty much doing both things in tandem. I've been recording these lectures, and then I've been also actually getting a working prototype for you, because I do want you to have a feel of the end result, what it is that we're going to get. And actually, I'm pretty sure that whatever we're going to build together is going to be even better than this one, because I am providing you guys with this link, which you can type from here too, but I'm going to put it in the project resources. And I want you guys to also come and play with this while you're building the one that we're going to be building in the course. And if you find any bugs or any major issues, please be sure to let me know. This is actually part of the software development process to have user acceptance tests, or UATs. And if there's anything that's too weird, and you guys let me know, perhaps even before we do the deployment to the cloud in our course, I might do a quick run of code fixes, and then make sure that the version that we end up with at the end of the course is actually better than this one. But this one will give you a good sense of what it is that we're building, because we're actually implementing the same functionality to a T. Okay, so without further ado, I want to walk you through the main features that we're going to be implementing in this course. There's nothing more motivating than actually looking at the end result, knowing what it is that we're going to build. Okay, the first thing that you need to do in order to use this app is to sign up. You can do this from the navbar, or you can do it from here. Okay, if you're trying to sign up with blank data, it's gonna throw errors. Okay, and if you refresh this, those errors are gonna go away. Then you need to provide a name, test user. You need to provide an email, testuser@test.com, and then a password. You can use this account actually if you want. The password is password, all lowercase, super secure, right? Okay, so now that we signed up, we need to log in. If we pass it blank data, it won't allow you to log in. If you pass it garbage, it won't allow you to log in. If you pass it anything that is not registered, it won't allow you to log in. Okay, so test user at test.com, and then password. Okay, cool. So now when you log in, it will take you to the project board, or I'm sorry, to the dashboard. And I'm pretty sure that you notice that the navbar also behaved differently, and I'm going to show you again. If you log in now that we're logged out, you can see that you only have the Personal Management Tool and the sign up and log in links. But then once we log in, then it shows the user, the option to log out, and obviously a link to the dashboard, which is what we're looking at right now. Now here we can go ahead and create a project. Okay, a project is at the core of our application, because this is for us to manage our personal projects. If you try and pass it an invalid object, it won't allow you. It will tell you what's wrong with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start creating this. So you have to provide a name. There's no restrictions here. You just have to. It cannot be blank. That's all. Then you need to provide it a unique ID. Actually, let me refresh this so this goes away. You have to provide a unique ID. It cannot be less than 4 characters, but it cannot be more than 5. So if I do 1, 2, 3, won't let me. And if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it won't take it Although if I give it 5 characters, in this case, let's say Hero P, like Heroku project, it will let you. And also the project description, it just cannot be blank. Even if you pass it 1 character, it will take it. Okay, so now that we have our project here created, you can also update the project. Better description. Actually, okay. And you can also assign it a start date and an end date if you want to, although this one's not mandatory. And you can see better description for project. Cool. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can delete the project, obviously. But for this one, I'm just going to create a dummy one so we can delete it. Ooh, there you go. Validation at work. And then remember, though, if you delete the project, you're not only getting rid of the project, you're getting rid of everything in it, including project tasks. So that's cool. We got rid of our project. Now let's take a look at our project board. Now, when we're in a project board, if we don't have any tasks, it'll tell you. Then you can create tasks. Let's say test again. This one has validation too. Okay. The project summary is the only one that's required. It cannot be blank because this is basically the initial description of the project task. And if you noticed, when I created it, let me create another one. Project task 2. If I don't select the priority, it immediately or it automatically sets it to low. Now, another really good feature that we're going to implement is that it will group the project tasks based on the priorities. So if I create high one and I select high priority for this one, as you see, it not only goes to the top of our board or our backlog, but as I start creating more and more high priority tasks, actually this one is the second one. You can see that it starts grouping them together. And if I create a medium one, then they all group together and they are in that order, right? High at the top, low priority at the bottom. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is how to traverse through the, how to move them through the board. And for this, you have to come to update and actually set the updated status. Don't worry about this because this is probably something that I will have to clean up. Basically, if we try and update it without a project summary, it won't allow us. Right? But the thing is that when we had that first error, for some reason it stayed in the state. But anyway, this is something that's not breaking the core functionality right now, so that's something that I can fix later. So if you set it in progress, it'll put in progress. Same here, we want this one to be in progress too. Cool. Then let's say we're done with the medium one. And as you can see, it starts updating our board. The other thing that you can do is obviously delete the tasks. You come to delete. It gives you a confirmation dialog. If you say OK, it deletes it. And I know what you're all thinking. How come? Or it would be really cool if we could just drag them across. We're not implementing that feature in this release, at least not in this version of the course. But this is something that you can totally do some research on your own and actually do it yourself, right? So the other thing that I wanted to show you is the ID for the project task. As you can see, the ID is derived from the project ID, but it just keeps a different sequence. So this is just to allow people to have different sequences depending on the project. So if you have a separate project, it'll have a different sequence that starts with 1, although the ID in the database might be like 120. Okay, So this is just because we have one single database and we're not populating a different tables every time there's a project, because this is a prototype. This is why we're enforcing this custom ID. And also this is very similar to tools like Jira, which is a well-known project management tool that will do it the same way. They will actually give you like a project code and then the sequence for your project tasks or product backlog items. Okay. Last thing that I want to show you is that if I log out and then log in with a different user, by the way, this one's password too, in case you want to use this account, you see that I see a different project. I don't see the projects from the other user, and then I also have a different sequence. Okay, so this is basically what we're building. We're actually implementing all this functionality that you're seeing here, and actually our tool is going to be better because, as I mentioned, I am providing you with this link. You guys can come here and play with it. Just keep in mind that even though I am on the paid tier in Heroku, it's still a very small dyno because, of course, I don't have unlimited budget to do this. So although it's a paid, I'm on the paid tier, the resources are still very limited. So please, keep in mind that if this breaks because of heavy usage, we're building a prototype here. This is not a production-ready application, and it's not in a production environment that has proper load balancing and whatnot. So please keep in mind that if a lot of you start working or playing with this, it could break. But if there are any major hiccups like the one we just found with the error display, please feel free to actually report it. Actually, please report it, because what I'm going to do is that if I already recorded the lesson where I introduced that bug, then I'm just going to do a bug fix section before we deploy to production and actually take care of it. But if I haven't recorded it yet, or if I haven't published the video where I might have introduced that bug into the app, then what I'm going to do is just perhaps re-record the video and make sure that I get rid of that bug. Okay, but I need your help with this, and you guys are going to be my end users for this. So play with it, use it for your day-to-day. Feel free to do so. Just know that don't expect this to be super robust, because again, it's just a prototype at this moment. Here, as you can see, there's a promo video. This is basically just a quick demo how to use the tool. It's pretty much what we've discussed, but more in the sense of an end user. In your case, I just gave you a complete demo of everything. Here's just like how to use the tool. So, and also we're gonna do this for our video, because if you want to turn this into a business, or if you want to scale it and actually use it with your project teams, then maybe you want to record yourself and put a really quick video here on how to use the tool. Maybe you want to do that too. So we're gonna do this as well when we're coming closer to deploying. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point, so it's time to stop the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you are as excited as I am. See you inside.